My daughter introduced me to her new boyfriend, but I saw him on the news last night. I recognized him the second he walked through my front door. Sharp jawline, crooked nose, that scar above his left eyebrow. Last night on the 11 o'clock news, they showed his photo. Attempted grand theft auto. Police were actively searching for him. My daughter Natalie stood beside him, glowing, holding his arm like he was the best thing that ever happened to her. She introduced him as Owen, her boyfriend of 3 months. They'd met at her gym. I shook his hand anyway because what else was I supposed to do? Scream that her new boyfriend was a fugitive? My wife Caroline smiled warmly at him, completely clueless. She doesn't watch the news. Owen was polite, complimentary, called me sir, but I kept staring at that scar. It was him. I was certain. Dinner started normally enough. Caroline asked about his job. Owen said he worked in construction, talked about some project downtown. Natalie looked at him like he'd hung the moon. He laughed at Caroline's story, his hand resting on Natalie's knee. I could barely swallow my food. Halfway through the meal, I excused myself to the bathroom. I pulled up the news story on my phone with shaking hands. There was the mugshot. Owen Keller, 28, wanted for attempting to steal a 2024 BMW from a dealership parking lot in Riverside. Considered dangerous. Do not approach. I screenshot it. I came back to the table and tried to act normal. Owen was telling some story about a coworker, making everyone laugh. My daughter was beaming. After dinner, I asked Natalie to help me grab something from the garage. Once we were alone, I showed her the screenshot. That's your boyfriend. He's wanted by the police. She stared at the screen, then at me. Dad, this isn't funny. I'm not joking. That was on Channel 7 last night. He's on the run. Her face went completely pale. She didn't say anything, just turned and walked back inside. I followed her. Owen was standing by the door with his jacket already on, like he sensed something was wrong. Natalie confronted him directly. Are you Owen Keller? He froze. For a second, nobody moved. Then he bolted for the door. I blocked it. Owen shoved me hard into the wall. My shoulder slammed against the corner and pain shot through my arm. Caroline screamed. Natalie was crying, yelling at him to stop. Owen tried the back door. Locked. I'd already called 911 while walking back from the garage. He realized it when he heard the sirens in the distance. He just stopped, sat down on the couch like he'd given up. Police arrived 6 minutes later. They cuffed him in my living room while Natalie stood in the corner sobbing. One officer pulled me aside. He'd been using a fake name with your daughter. Told her his name was Evan. My stomach turned. 3 months of lies. 3 months of my daughter falling for someone who didn't even exist. After they took him away, Natalie collapsed onto the couch. I sat next to her and she buried her face in my shoulder. I thought he loved me. I didn't know what to say. Caroline held her hand and we just sat there in silence. 2 days later, we found out Owen had done this before. 4 other women in 3 different cities. Used fake names. Built relationship, then disappeared when things got too close. Natalie changed her locks. Deleted her social media. Started therapy. She didn't leave the house for a week. Last I heard, Owen was being held without bail. Multiple charges across state lines. Natalie still doesn't watch